Virginia's ethics laws operate under two tenets. The first is that politicians ought to decide for themselves what gifts are appropriate to accept from lobbyists and favor seekers, so the law is virtually silent on gifts.
The second tenet is that any gifts that are accepted should be publicly disclosed. In theory, full disclosure allows the public to decide for itself whether a politician is on the take.
But the problem is that the disclosure laws politicians have written for themselves are so full of loopholes that the public can't possibly know what gifts a politician has taken or what financial interest a politician has.
These loopholes are at the center of a scandal involving $160,000 that Governor McDonnell and his family accepted in loans and gifts from Johnny Williams, the founder of Star Scientific, a diet supplementary company. Amid the controversy, Virginia's disclosure laws are coming under fire for being too lax. The General Assembly is saying it's going to improve them next year, and all this raises the question, where do Virginia's laws stand compared to other states?
Virginia is one of a dozen states that don't put a specific financial limit on the amount of gifts that the governor can receive from lobbyists and others doing business with the state. 41 states in the country have an ethics commission that can examine allegations of misconduct involving public officials. But Virginia is one of 9 states that don't have such a panel. While running for governor in 2009, Bob McDonnell vowed to create an ethics commission, citing it as a key hole in the state's oversight of its politicians. But ultimately, that watchdog panel was never started.
Without financial limits on gifts or a panel to investigate conflicts of interest, Virginia's ethics laws rely on disclosure. A gift worth more than $50 must be disclosed, as do any series of gifts from any one person worth more than $100. Virginia law also requires statewide politicians and legislators to disclose any source of income worth $10,000 or more. That's the highest threshold in the nation. Here in the Commonwealth, like in most other states, disclosure forms don't require reporting gifts from lobbyists to a public official's spouse or children. This is a key concern in the McDonnell scandal because most of the gifts were to the governor's family and were not disclosed. And although Johnny Williams made $120,000 in loans to McDonnell's business and family, the governor was never required to disclose Williams as a creditor. That's because Virginia is one of 24 states that doesn't require public officials to list creditors by name. They simply check a box if they have loans of more than $10,000. And the creditors are identified only by industry sector, such as banking or insurance.
You can see for yourself how Virginia stacks up against other states. We have our charts on our website, PolitiFactVirginia.com.